Hello and welcome back. I'm Andreas Stadt, your tech-curious web designer. So in the last video we implemented the like logic on the post element. Now let's add it also to the comments and replies. We will also look into how to create a custom decorator for this like logic, so we don't have to repeat code. Off we go.
Okay, first let's add the likes property to our comment class. So let's head over to our models file in our post folder, posts and models.py. Here we find the comment class. There it is. And here let's add likes as a new property. This is going to be a many-to-many field. So models.many-to-many field. And in the same way we have done the likes on the post class, we're making a connection to the user class. So user, then related name equals liked comments. This is in the case we would like to access all the liked comments from the user object. Then we also add the through table, so we can add the date time field as well. So through, and the name of the through table class is liked comment, like that. Now let's create this liked comment class. We can grab the code block from the liked post class. Here it is. Just copy this one here. And paste it here. We change to liked comment. Here we're linking a comment to the user, so comment, and we're accessing the comment class. Here we have the user property and the created property, and as a string representation we show again the username, and here we show the comment. So the comment doesn't have a title, so we're using here the body. But the body, which is the comment itself, could be very long. So we limit the characters shown. So we do this by truncating the body, and we write in square brackets the number of characters we would like to display. So in my case, I would like to display 30 characters. So colon 30. All right, now this is done. We can make the migration to the server now. So save the file, Control C to shut down the server, and let's make the migration. Python manage.py make migrations, and we migrate the changes to the database. Python manage.py migrate. There was a typo, let's try it again. Python manage.py migrate, and turn on the server again. Python manage.py run server. Great. So to be able to see this table in the admin panel, we have to register it also in our admin.py file. So we copy this line here and change it to liked comment. And save. All right. Now let's check it out in the admin panel. I have here the panel open in Firefox. So let's refresh the page, and we can see liked comments appeared. Now let's add a like to a comment. So add liked comment. Select one. Wonderful. And this comment is liked by user 2. Save. Let's add another like. The same comment, liked also by user 3. All right. Now let's update the template. So let's head over to the comment template. So in templates, posts and comment.html, So here we would like to update these lines of code here. Again, we will be using here a htmx snippet. So let's add here include and then the path to the snippet. So it's in the snippets folder slash, and we create here a new file, the likes underscore comment.html. Okay, save. Now let's go to our snippets folder. We copy what we have done in the likes.html file. So copy this code and then create a new file, and we call it likes underscore comment.html and paste it in here. Now here we're dealing with the comment object, not more with the post object. So let's replace all the post objects with the comment object. We can do this easily by typing Command F for find. So we find all the post objects, and then we click this little arrow sign, and we can say here, replace it with comment. As we can see here, it finds 7 instances of this post object. Then we can click the second icon here, which says replace all. Okay, click. And there we go. All the post objects are now replaced. This file is done. Save. Now let's add the path. So in core URLs, we have here the post like path. So we just copy this line here and add the comment. It will access the like comment function. We will look into that in the next step. And we give the URL the name like-comment. So here I make just a tiny change here. I would like the PK, the primary key, to be displayed at the end of the URL with slash. And changing the URL like that can be easily done because we're using the name as a reference for the path and not the absolute path. So also in the post like, I move the PK to the end. There we go. This is not really necessary, but this is my personal preference to have the PK at the end. I also just noticed that I missed some trailing slashes here at the comment send path, the comment delete path, the reply send, and the reply delete. It is a good practice in Django to add these trailing slashes to the URLs. Alright, so we've done the URLs. So let's look now into the comment logic. Save the file. And let's head over to the views.py file. We're having the like post function. Our like comment function will look very similar. And that's why we shouldn't just copy and paste this code and create an almost identical function again, but following the try principle, so not to repeat yourself, we should extract all the logic from this function and create another function which we can then inject wherever we need this logic. This is where decorators come in handy. We already encountered the login required decorator. A decorator is nothing else than a type of a nested function which we can use in other functions, and the code is much easier to maintain and to update later on. So creating a custom decorator is not the most complicated thing to do, but also not the easiest to get your head around. I tried to explain it in very simple terms. So let's take our post-like function here. We would like that the logic of adding and removing users from the likes list can be injected in other functions, right? However, this logic requires a few case-specific information. For example, what model it should access, as well as the user ID and the post ID. Our decorator in this case looks like this. It is made out of 3 nested functions: the outer, the inner, and the wrapper function. And this decorator function is then injected into the original function. Let's start with the outer function. this is an optional layer. You would only need this function when we need to provide additional arguments, such as the model class in our case. For example, the login required decorator did not need additional arguments, so it has no outer function. Then we have the inner function, which takes the original function and retrieves its information, such as the request object, the user ID and the post ID. And then this data from the outer and inner function can be passed through to the wrapper function, which contains the logic. Once the logic is processed, the wrapper function will return the result to the original function, which then itself returns the final output. So this is the theory. Not too bad, right? Let's look into the practice now. So a decorator on the most basic level looks like this. So here our decorator has the name innerFunc, and this is at the same time the inner function. So it takes here the original function, then it passes all the arguments through to the wrapper function here. So here the wrapper function has access to the request object, to the arguments and to the keyword arguments. Here we can add then the logic, which modifies the original function, and then we return the function back to the wrapper function, and the wrapper function returns back to the original function. So this is the basic structure. Now let's modify it so it includes our like toggle functionality. For that I will add an outer function now. So I will add here on top def, and the name of my decorator will be like underscore toggle, because it toggles the like on and off. And then I add in parentheses the model class. So this is an argument I pass in manually. Colon, then I have to indent those lines now. And at the end I have to return the inner function in this case. So return inner func. So here we have 3 layers of nested functions. Now let's move the logic from our original function in the wrapper function. So I grab here all the logic, cut them from here, and paste them in here. Let's fix the indentation. Like that. So here we don't access the post class anymore. This is depending on the case. So here we're adding the model parameter. And the value for this we get from the outer function. Next, the function still doesn't know where this pk is coming from. This pk is included in the keyword arguments. So it's part of this parameter here. So to get this pk from there, we can write keywords.get and in parentheses and in quotes pk, like that. So now this should do, and we get all the data we require for this logic to work. At the very end of the wrapper, we need to return the request object and the post object, like that. Because the post object we have to send then to the template. Alright, save. So we add now this decorator to our original function, like this. So add like underscore toggle, and in parentheses we have to provide the model we would like to access. So in this case it is the post model, so post. Then we have our function, which now retrieves the post object from the wrapper function. So instead of pk we change it here to post. And then we include this post object in our return statement, which is then used in our template. Alright, so now it's very easy for us to also create the like comment function. So we just copy this code. We change it to like comment. We're passing here on the comment class. And we're using here the likes underscore comment template. So likes underscore comment. And the object key in this template is called comment. So we have to change here post to comment. All right. So at last we can also add now the login required decorator to these functions. So we can add it on top. Add login underscore required. Copy and add it here as well. So Django will look into this function step by step. First, it will check the first decorator, if the user is logged in or not. Then it will check the next decorator. In this decorator, we manipulate the function. And then it will run the original function with the return statement. All right, save this file and let's test it out. So first, let's log in as a user. I log in as user 1. Now let's like the first post here by Bobby. Everything still works. Now let's go to the comments. As we can see here, this wonderful comment has 2 likes. This is user 2 and user 3 from before. Now let's like this comment. And it works. Nice. Now let's do the same with the likes on the replies. First, let's add again the likes property. So let's go to models.py. Let's copy the likes property from the comment class. So copy this line and add it here. Here we change related name to liked replies. And the through table will be called liked reply. Okay. Now let's copy the through table class from the liked comment. And add it here. And we change it to liked reply. Here we're using the reply object, which is accessing the reply class. The user and created property stays the same. And for the string, we change it to reply as well. Okay, save. Now let's make the migrations. Ctrl C, Python, manage.py, make migrations, Python, manage.py, migrate, and Python, manage.py, run server. Almost. Let's try again. Python, manage.py, run server. There you go. Now we register it. admin.py. Copy this line and change it to liked reply. Save. Now let's update the view. So we can copy this function here. We're sending through the reply model class. Then we change the name to like reply. We are using the likes reply.html snippet. And our tag in the template will be reply. Save this file. Now let's create the snippet. So again, I copy the code from the likes snippet and create a new file. Likes underscore reply.html, paste the code in here, then Command F, I find all the post instances and replace it with reply. Okay, change all, that's done, save this file. Now let's create the like reply URL. So let's go to the urls.py file. We copy this line here. We change it to reply /like/pk. We are connecting to the like reply function. And the name for this URL is like-reply. And save. Now before we can test it, we also have to include this snippet in the reply.html file. So let's go to reply.html and the snippet goes in here. So curly brackets, %, include, then the path to the snippet, snippets / likes _ reply.html. Alright, save this file. This should be all now. Let's test to like a reply now. So here at this comment we have 2 replies. Unfortunately, both of those replies are from this account. So I don't have the like link here at all. That is already working. That's great. So let's add here a new reply from a different user. We can just add it in the backend. So here let's go to replies. We add a new reply. The author of this reply is user2. The parent comment is wonderful. And the body is top-notch. Alright, save this reply. Let's go back to the website. Refresh the page. We have 3 replies now. And one is top-notch from user 2. Let's try to like it. And it works. Perfect. So here we like a reply. Here we like a comment. And here we like a post. Like and remove the like. Nice. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. In the next video we will implement some htmx when adding a comment or a reply to the page, so the page doesn't refresh itself when we do that. I will see you there.